Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here with another great edition of me reviewing a TV show. I'm going to be reviewing Money Heist. But before I talk about it, just let me let you know, please go to our membership programs on Patreon, which is Larry Lawton, Jewel Thief on Patreon, and also here on YouTube, our member program. All the support we can get, we really appreciate. Check out our links below in the description. Facebook now, we have Larry Lawton, Jewel Thief on Facebook, and Instagram, of course, and of course, my book is still around. All right, I want to get into this show because, you know, this show got me. It hooked me in, and maybe I'm just a criminal. Maybe I'm not. You know, I laugh about that, but it's kind of funny. And there's characters on this show that are just cool. I mean, they really are. And I know I only watched 4 episodes so far, so maybe you guys can come along on the ride with me. Let me go over the characters. The characters are pretty cool. You got the professor. He's the genius of everything. Obviously, this guy is off the charts genius, and he really is. And I'm seeing if he's going to make a mistake, because right now, I mean, how long can it go without this guy making some major mistakes? I mean, I saw a couple of kinks in the armor, and I'm going to see how they play out. Maybe you watched it, maybe you don't. Don't be a spoiler if you have. Just check it out with me, because it's pretty cool. Then you got their inside guy, and I hate to say he's my favorite character right now, Berlin. You know, I know he's ruthless, and what can I tell you? I mean, you got to be sometimes ruthless. You know, listen, as a professional criminal, when I robbed somebody, I turned it from the nice guy with a suit and, you know, or a sports jacket or a really nice button-down shirt with the glasses to get down, get down, get down, get the fuck, don't open your eyes, you know. And I was that violent guy. I flipped. And so far in 4 episodes, that's my man Berlin. And I'll tell you what, Berlin's got the balls. I mean, he really does. Berlin's got the balls. And, you know, to have a leader in the action, you know, obviously, guys, this is you know, how can you have the real mastermind? You know, what really it reminded me of GTA and Lester. You know, guys, I want to see Lester go. I'm telling you, I want to make a mod where Lester, we knock out Lester. But it's the same thing here. This is a guy on the outside running the heist. But this guy's a genius. And it really is a cool setup, and I'll explain that in a minute after I get it. But so far, Berlin is my favorite character. Then you got Tokyo. Come on, guys. She's hot. What can you say about that? She's really hot. I mean, what are you going to say? So, hot is hot. I mean, obviously, you know, what's her real skills? She really is like, I don't know. You know, I think she just like in the team when they set this whole robbery up. The prep on the robbery we'll get out in a minute here, too. Then you got Nairobi. Nairobi is pretty cool. Another one, obviously, hot. She's got the minting skills. She knows how to do the printing of stuff and all that kind of stuff. That's her specialty. Then you got Holinsky, who is a big, tough guy, you know, strong guy, muscle. You got Oslo. He's a muscle guy. And then you got Moscow. Moscow, in the first 4 episodes, is cracking. I'll get into him in a minute. Then you got Oslo, and then you got Rio, and then you got Denver. Rio is, I don't know, Rio is like kind of a loose cannon. He's kind of like a dimwit guy. I mean, doesn't seem like a braino, but he's the hacker. He's the guy who knows stuff like that. But it kind of confused me at first because obviously the professor seems like the genius on this and the real hacker. But this guy, Rio, is supposed to be the hacker on the show. And then you got Denver, which is Moscow's kid. And obviously, how smart is it to bring your own kid in? And it proved that. The other side of the coin, you notice I just picked the criminals. I just picked the whole criminal cast because that's what it is, a criminal cast. But then you also have the inspector, kind of a dimwit, I mean, right now. I mean, she kind of like drops things and runs, you know, when her mother called about something stupid. I didn't get that. Kind of a flippant girl in the doesn't pick up that the professor's kind of, I don't get this yet. The professor's playing her in a cafe right next to where she goes to get coffee and stuff. So I'm kind of confused yet on that. Not the smartest tool in the shed, if that's what the Spanish police have to offer in Spain. I don't know how swift they are. So that you're seeing. And then you got, I call them villains. Not look at me, I'm calling the good guys villains. Then you got Arturo, the bank manager. If there is an annoying piece of garbage, I don't know. I would like to strangle this guy myself. He's like a pansy, but he's also trying things. Like in the one scene, when they were down getting the breaking into the concrete. I don't know what they're doing yet. Again, at episode 4, I mean, it's kind of weird that they're breaking down into the ground yet. So I really don't know what's going on and what they're going to do now. I know they're printing money. The show is based on of the printing of the money. They're going to print couple of $1 billion worth of currency. Now, I'm guessing that's how they're going to get the money out of there. This is so far what I know. I'm sure there's going to be more twists and turns to this show, but so far, this is what I got. Then you got Monica, which is a This had me laughing. This Arturo, no rocket scientist, no great-looking guy, and he's having an affair with this girl, Monica, whatever she is, her secretary, and she's pregnant. Now, listen to me. I'd like to bitch slap that guy. He's to me, I don't like him the worst. So he's the character I don't like the most. The best character so far to me has got to be Berlin. I mean, he's got cojones. He's got to do what he's got to do. He's smart. He's ruthless. But, he also shows a little bit of compassion. He shows that he's not just off the handle being stupid. He's not taking over. He's not trying to be the brains of the operation like the professor is. They all know he is. And then you have Angel, which is the cop. I don't know what his part is. He's like a flunky cop that's in love with this, or like a puppy dog to the inspector, the broad inspector. And I don't know if you'd have a girl like that running this whole entire show who doesn't show me the brains of an operation to do anything like this, to be the mastermind or the best investigator or inspector that can handle this kind of crime. Obviously, it's a crime of the century. They take over a vault. Now, let me give you the auspice of the show. The show is these 8 people go in and they take over a vault. They take over not a vault, a mint. A mint that prints the money, prints the Spanish money. And they're printing their own money. I don't get it yet, and I don't know if it's why they'd have to have their own money, why they don't just take what's in there or print what they want. I'm not privy to this yet. I'm going to be following this show, and I want you to follow this show along with me. So here I am watching Money Heist, and it drew me in. It drew me in because it's got, it's really well planned. As a criminal myself, I really took a lot of pride. I guess I could call it pride. I hate to say pride being a criminal. And again, let me emphasize this is a TV show. I'm not supporting crime in any way at all. None. I don't support crime. But I really want to say, like in this case, it's exciting because there's a mastermind who totally well planned it out. Let me show you what jumps out at me as a professional criminal right away. This professor has the money to put all of these people up in some kind of like mansion out in the country. I don't know, 6 months they were out there. I think that's what they said already. They were out there because they keep going back and forth to the relationships in this mansion to the robbery itself, which is okay. I like this part of it. I mean, I want to see how the characters came about. But who's got the money to do all of this and then you're stealing more money? Now, I always worry about, is there really people out there who have a lot of money and then rob just for the thrill of it? Listen, don't get me wrong. I got a big thrill out of robbing, but my biggest thrill was the money I got and what I could do with that money, whether it was buy a limousine, buy houses, buy horses, buy boats, buy whatever I wanted, and which I did. So I'm kind of like always leery of somebody that has the money to do something. And then, let's say you got millions of dollars or whatever to set this thing up. Did you see the camera equipment this guy set up? There's cameras everywhere. There's technologies. He's in this place with all these monitors around, and he's got all this equipment, all this stuff. They bring it in, all this equipment, and he keeps these people in this house, hotel, whatever you want to call it, mansion in the country, and he trains them on the whole entire heist. So that's where I'm at. They train them, they go in. The opening scene, the opening robbery itself, the heist itself is pretty cool. You know, whenever I see some kind of a heist where they go in, they take over. But now, they don't just take over the mint. They take over the mint with, I think there were 67 hostages. I might be off with the number. Or I know maybe there was 30-something, like kids, school kids, people. But what I don't understand out of the 67 hostages, what they showed so far, is where are they all? I don't see 67. Are they down in a room locked up yet? Haven't seen that part of it yet. I don't think I missed it. I'm pretty good at watching these shows, so I don't see that. What a smart idea this guy had, which was putting everybody into the same kind of outfit that the robbers are in, with the same masks and everything. Super cool move. Now with cameras, and they tried it, they put a camera in a door or into a wall, or some door or something. They put a camera, and they saw everybody dressed the same way. And since they saw them the same way, how do you go in? Who do you shoot? Who do you don't? They even had the guns down to being fake guns, which, you know, I remember an incident here where I live where they shot a hostage. And what the paper said is that the snipers who shot the guy should have saw that he had a BB gun. In other words, the guy they shot here in the county I live, don't even ask about the idiots here, that they shot a guy who was no hostages, nothing like that. Don't ask, you know, law enforcement sometimes make some bimbo moves. And they shot this guy who was outside the courthouse. He supposedly, afterwards, they found out he had a BB gun. But what people in snipers told me, and people in even the cops told me, that cops got those scopes so good they could tell what kind of gun it is, almost read the serial numbers off them with those really good scopes and stuff of that nature. So they should have been able to spot that it was a fake gun. Can these guys spot that these people have a fake gun? You know, all these hostages had a fake gun? I don't know. Taking over the vault or the mint, to me, was pretty cool. I really liked that. I thought it was great the way they did it. Then, now the drama starts. How do you keep this thing? I don't know. I looked it up. There's like 37 episodes. I could be wrong. Somebody will correct me out there, I'm sure. But anyway, what are the dynamics? How is this thing going to play out? It's got me, and that's why I like the series so far. I like the part here. They put everybody in. The most annoying guy on the whole entire game and the whole entire show is Arturo. Arturo, I'm telling you, I met a guy like him when I was robbing. A guy that even the people in the robbery, the people, when I robbed someone, there was a guy who had a fake gold, a fake diamond band. It's in one of my episodes on Gangster Redemption episode, and he had a fake band. And I took it off because he was like being a smartass, and it was kind of like this guy. But this guy does not like even that. This guy, Arturo, is like a wuss, a punk, but he's like a sneaky. He wants other people to do his dirty work. Like he had his secretary, which is his lover, go for a phone. She gets caught with the phone, and this other guy, Berlin, literally gives the order to kill this girl to make the point. And I hate to say it, in this kind of robbery of whatever you're going to do, you got to expect some collateral damage. I know it sounds heartless and everything else I'm talking about. Well, he orders this kid, Denver, to shoot this Monica, who's a pregnant girl. And supposedly he does it. He doesn't do it. They fake her death. He fakes it and shoots her in the leg. She's almost dying from that anyway. And the father, actually Moscow, let me tell you how they name him. He has people's names, so obviously once, and he did that during their whole stay in this mansion, so they got to know that name and that name only, because they're not supposed to know each other, they're not supposed to have relationships. All smart moves. I love that. All smart moves. But again, how do you not expect collateral damage? Because it's supposed to go off without a hitch. We all know no robbery goes off without a hitch. None of mine did. There were always little things, whether the guy doesn't show up, one of my guys goes around back, comes back. You know, that's all in the Gangster Redemption series. Make sure you check that out here too as well. But it's just... Anyway, Berlin makes the call, tells the kid to shoot this girl. He supposedly does. Well, Moscow is the kid's father who brought this kid Denver into the robbery, onto the robbery team. And I don't know how the professor did that. That was a bad move on the professor's part, in my mind, because he got people who have too much feelings for each other. He wanted this whole thing to be where they didn't have feelings for each other or they couldn't have a relationship so they can do their jobs. Well, he messed up. He messed up by having a father and a son into this robbery. So obviously this father, this Moscow, loses his cookies. He's so distraught he wants to go turn himself in. First of all, they should have shot him. Listen, that's the contingency plan. Berlin, I didn't see where that happened. Berlin should have shot him. End of story. Done. You're not turning yourself in. And you got... Listen, if you're a team in this kind of business, you got to be a team in this kind... Listen, I know the mob life. I know all the life I'm talking about. This is not a bullshit shit. It is what it is, guys. Then you got... He needs air. So they go to the roof, but they're all dressed the exact same way. Get it. Professor plans this. So what does a sniper do? He shoots Arturo, because Arturo's going crazy on the roof, just going nuts, talking. He's waving a gun, and these snipers think he's one of the kidnappers, and they shoot him on the roof. He doesn't die, but he's down below. And even during their training, they had medical training. But they need to bring in a team. This was cool too. So what happens? Now this is a part of it that's cool too. The professor figures all this stuff out. He has contingency plans so far for everything. So I'm seeing where it goes. And what does he do? He lets a medical team in. He planned this. And when he searches him, I guess I'm calling him the puppy dog. The guy's name is Angel. He's the puppy dog for the inspector. Well, Angel, they take his glasses off, and he's got black glasses. I don't know how he figured that out. And he puts a recording device in the glasses while they were inspecting him coming in. They did it quick with a drill. Really cool move. And the guy puts his glasses on. Now he's really, as they call that episode, the Trojan Horse. Each episode has a name. The first one is Do As I Planned. Next one's Lethal Negligence. The third one is Misfire. This is when they fired on that guy. And the fourth episode where I'm at is Trojan Horse, where they take these glasses and he implants the glasses with a device. So the professor's ahead of everybody. But I'm dying to see where things go. I always look at these robberies for the mistakes. I'm not seeing... Okay, there's control. I would think somebody along the line, after being hostage that long, the fear kind of goes out of you, or the adrenaline rush that when you're first robbed. I have it, people had it. Either the victim has it and the people doing the robbery have that kind of adrenaline. So it's weird. You have to make sure you understand that fear. And you definitely have to understand that, and that fear of the people and what they're going to do. And so far, none of the hostages are acting up or anything. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure they're going to, and see how the professor figures that out. It's really a pretty great series. I really want you guys to follow along with me on this series. Hey, listen, guys. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to watch some more episodes. Keep watching our videos, guys. Loving it. Watching all our stuff coming out. We're really having a lot of good stuff coming. I'm holding off on the pasta series until I get my brother back. He's coming back. He'll be quarantined, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do the pasta series just with him as my first guest. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for following us, everybody. Really, check out all those descriptions below. A lot of good stuff in there. Again, thanks for following us. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a Patreon member or YouTube member. We really need your support. Thanks for it. I really do appreciate it. Stay tuned. Follow us. Great pictures and stuff on Instagram and Facebook now. Thanks again, everybody. Stay safe. Listen to your local officials. Have a great day.